What's going on, YouTube? This is Rich Lux coming at you with another video, and today we're talking about the customer service that I got at Louis Vuitton and how atrocious it was. Absolutely atrocious. So let me start from the beginning. So I went to Louis Vuitton and I got him this really cool wallet. And I did my Christmas shopping early, so I had about 28 days early, okay, to be exact. Christmas came and went, and I never saw this friend, never heard from him or anything. And so I was like, well, I called him, no texts, no answer. So I was like, well, I don't know what happened to him, because he was off social media, like just MIA. So I went back to the Louis Vuitton store because that particular piece I already had. It was like a men's wallet. So I went back, and I remember that day I got all dressed up and I drove into Houston. So I drove into Houston and I valeted and I walked into the mall. When I get into Louis Vuitton, I see a sales associate, a brand new one, and I'm like, hi, my name is Rich Lux, and are you available? She's like, yeah, sure. And then I was telling her that, you know, I'd never seen you before, how are you doing? And she was like, she had like a runny nose, and she was really cold. I feel so bad for that Louis Vuitton sales associate that day, because I could tell she was going through it, like, ill. So I tell her, I have this Louis Vuitton piece and I want to return it, and I wanted to know if you could help me out. She's like, yeah. So I give her the wallet, and then she calls another sales associate from the back, and he comes out and he examines my Louis Vuitton SLG, and he's like, what's wrong with it? I'm like, nothing's wrong with it at all. It was a Christmas gift, but I never saw the person, so I just want to return it. He's like, okay. So he inspected the piece very well, and he said, this is 100% authentic. This is a piece that we can take back. I was like, great. So then he left. And the woman says, all right, what's your name? And I hand her my card, and she starts typing on the computer. And then she says, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and refund the $300 some back onto your credit card. I was like, okay, cool. She goes, do you have your credit card? And I said, no. I looked through my wallet. I was like, nope, I didn't bring it. I just thought you could look me up through the receipt, because I brought the Louis Vuitton item and the receipt. And she goes, no, in order for me to refund you the money, I need to have the credit card. I was like, so the receipt is not good enough? She's like, at this point, no. If you want your money back on the card, you need to bring the card. I was like, okay, I'll be back. So I left the mall, got back in valet, drove home, picked up the wallet, and I actually changed like outfits too. I don't know why. I just like put on like a cape. I don't know. I just felt like changing clothes. I went back to the mall, valeted again. Now mine's like a 15-minute drive. In Houston traffic, it took forever that day to get there, because it was like it was Christmas Eve. No. New Year's Eve. Oh, it was New Year's Eve, and traffic was, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about the traffic. So I make it back, and I see her. I'm like, hey. She's like, come over here. And I meet her, and I'm like, I brought my ID. I brought the credit card you asked for. I had my ID to begin with. I don't know why I said that. So I brought my credit card, and then she's like, great. So she gets on the computer. She looks at my receipt. She looks at my wallet. She looks at my ID. She has my credit card. Everything's cool. And then she goes, let me call somebody from the back. So she called this guy from the back, and he came and he looked at the Louis Vuitton wallet. It's a different guy. He's like, hey, are you Rich Lux? I was like, yeah, how's it going? He's like, I watch your videos. I love you. Da 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 da. I was like, oh, that's cool. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And he like, after his examination of the Louis Vuitton piece, he said everything was cool and go ahead and do the refund. So she starts typing on the computer, and then she says, oh, Mr. Rich, we do have a slight problem. I'm like, what? She goes, I can only give you the money back, the $380 or something, back onto a Louis Vuitton gift receipt. I said, what? I said, why can't you put it on my credit card? And she goes, it's because you have 14 days to exchange it, and it's been over 14 days to return it. After that, it's an exchange. And I said, oh yeah, but it's Christmas holiday, so y'all extend returns and exchanges and stuff like that. And then she was like, yes, we do like exchange something like that. She goes, we do extend certain things for the holidays. However, in this circumstance, I can only offer you an exchange, store credit, but I can't put it back on your credit card. And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, wait, So I didn't have to like drive home and then come back. I was like, you specifically told me to bring my credit card so you could put the money back on the credit card. And now you're telling me all you can do is give me a gift receipt? And she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, you don't understand the amount of traffic, the valet, about 4 times I had to pay and go 4 times to go back. The traffic was, I was stuck in traffic. It was hot. I hate it. I was so frustrated. On top of it being New Year's Eve. And she was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I mistold you the wrong information. I should have told you. And I was like, did you even need my credit card to begin with? And she's like, no. I was like, oh my God. You just not only ruined my whole day, you took up all my time. Now here's the thing with me. Like the money, the $380, that was not the issue. That's fine. Like it could have been $100,000. I don't care. That was not the problem. The problem was that you told me one thing and I did what you told me to do, and then I come back and it's a mistake on your end. You know, and I told her and I said, you know what, you can give me the gift card. And then she was like, well, we don't offer gift cards at Louis Vuitton. We'll just put the money on a gift receipt. And I'll show you what I have. She gave me this. I don't know why. Like this gift cards come in here or something. But I'm gonna I can't open it because she sealed it so tight. But it's in there. And I don't want to show you my information, but I'll show you the back of it. This is what she gave me. She said, bring this into the store next time you want to buy something because you have the 380s on here. And I said, wait. I was like, you can't give me a gift card? Like, Target gives you gift cards. You know, when you return. Macy's gives you gift cards when you return something. This is like $1 billion company and you can't give me a gift card? Like, I will lose this. I told her that. She's like, no, don't lose it. Mr. Rich Lux, I am so sorry for the inconvenience. I just misunderstood the rules. I shouldn't have told you that I could put it back on your credit card. I shouldn't have made you drive all the way home and all the way back again. And just like that. She's like, on top of everything else, her nose was like running and it was red and she looked like a viral plague. And I was just so upset. And I was just so frustrated. I was like, fine. If there's nothing you can do, absolutely nothing you can do, then I'm not going to sit and argue with you about this. Like, at the end of the day, it's a first world problem. And I still have 380 on this little piece of paper. What I'm upset about is I feel lied to. Like, I felt like I wasted my time, and then you give me this piece of paper that I'm going to lose. And I just felt like, give me a gift card. Like, I just don't understand. And so after that, like, I left the store and I went to like the American Express lounge and I sat down and I got on the phone and I called the 1-800 number of Louis Vuitton, and they were telling me, okay, well, here's what's going on. I understand your story because I just told them everything I just told you. I told them on the phone. And she was like, I will let the manager know. Thank you for calling, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Like, that's it. Like, no, we'll validate your valet, or we'll give you a gift card, or we'll send you a keychain in the mail, or we'll send you a letter of apology. We'll have the manager call you back. Nothing. It was just like, you call this number to vent. And if you know Louis Vuitton, if you are like a fanatic, like if you like live the brand like I do, you know what I'm talking about. That's that number that you call and all they do is just listen to your problems and they don't resolve it. They just like, thank you for venting, bye. Like, they do that all the time. And there's countless videos on YouTube that you call these people and they just listen to your problems and then like, okay, well, we'll forward the message to somebody, and you never hear back. Like, never. Not even like, oh, we're going to send you an invitation to Paris to come see the runway show. We're so sorry. Nothing. Till this day, I have not received. Till this day, I have not received an I'm sorry from the manager, a letter of apology. I have seen people on YouTube like complain to Louis Vuitton and they send them like a beautiful like gift box and there's like this really cool trinket inside. That's not my goal here. Like, I'm not trying to get anything out of this company. The only thing I want would be a simple, like an apology from the store manager and we recognize the issue and move forward and get better training. Like nothing. It just got on my nerves so much. Like stuff like that never really happens to me. So when it did, I was just like, oh, like, no, are you serious? You're gonna give me a piece of paper? It just makes no sense. And then on top of that, I shop at Nordstrom's and Neiman's, and I went there and I wanted to buy something, and I said, can I use this here? And she told me no. She said, you can only use this at the Louis Vuitton stores. I was like, well, this is Louis Vuitton. And she was like, well, this is a Louis Vuitton inside a Neiman's, inside a Saks, or whatever I was at. But you can't use it here. It has to be at that store. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it just makes no sense to me. I just was so angry, like that day. Like, this was like 4 or 5 months ago, and I'm still upset about it. Like, that's how serious it is to me. I'm so upset because I felt like the traffic, the valet, that New Year's Eve rush, and everyone's trying to get their evening gowns to go out and celebrate the New Year, and I'm in the middle of that, okay, trying to get, being lied to, saying that they were gonna do one thing for me and don't do it. But my biggest issue is, if you're a company and you tell a customer one thing, you set that expectation up for me and you failed. Like, you absolutely failed on your behalf. And you cannot recognize that you set this expectation for the customer, that you were gonna do this one thing and you didn't do it. So in my eyes, if I was a company, I'd be like, you know what? We normally don't do this, put it back on your card, but because we set the wrong expectation up for you, we will do it this one time. That's the kind of customer service that I come from. But in this situation, this billion-dollar company decides to give me a paper receipt and not even make an exception for the rule. I mean, what if I was like absolutely poor and I bought this thing that didn't work out and I returned it and I needed it for rent or a car note or something? You would be like out of luck. Like, literally. That makes no sense. Like, luckily, I'm not in that position, and nor would I be shopping at Louis Vuitton if I had to pay rent or a car note or something like that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure this has happened to people before, and they're not savvy enough to make a video and talk about it, or I just don't know. Like, it just makes no sense. Would I shop at Louis Vuitton again? Absolutely. I love the brand. I still shop there to this day, and I have bought stuff since then. But I just feel like there was something wrong that needed to be fixed, and I felt lied to, and you set a wrong expectation, and I wasted all my time and gas. I could have been shopping for an awesome New Year's Eve outfit, because I remember that New Year's Eve I spent all day going back to the mall and to the mall, back and forth. Like, it was like 3 or 4 times. I don't remember, because like I had to get there, then leave to my house, get my credit card, come back, and then be lied to, and then drive all the way home. I could spend all that time looking for an awesome blazer, cape, something for New Year's Eve. And you know what I did for New Year's Eve? I stayed home with my brother watching movies on the couch. Anyways, I really needed to vent because I've had that built up in me for months. I haven't told anyone about that experience. But to just, anyways, thank you for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment. You know the rest. Goodbye, darling.